interview number 3. And I just came here to be so generous and so kind, but to also make sure that you hit the subscribe button down there, turn on the notifications, click the thumbs up, give us a like. These videos are fun to make, and I think you really enjoy them. And leave a comment down below. So if you have any questions, I'll ask my dad maybe next week or another week. Might not be next week, but I'll get to them eventually. So yeah, let's get right into our interview.
Hello, as promised, we back with week 3 for the daddy-daughter questions. So Daijah, what do you have for me this week?
So, my first question is, what was it like being one of 7 children?
What was it like being one of 7 children? It was very unique. It was very humbling. It was very busy. It was like a roller coaster. There was always something going up, something always going down. Never a dull moment in the house. Very, as you can imagine with boys, we was always playing with each other. We went into a whole lot, getting into a lot of trouble. But we always was thinking of something different. So I was the middle child. So I wanted to enjoy the benefits of the younger, but yet I wanted to roll with the older. So I was in the middle, just trying to find my place. But it was good. It was real good.
So we talked about what you would have done if you hadn't joined the military, but what made you join the military? Why did you choose to join the military?
Because I'm a soldier. No, it was because I knew I needed discipline. What I mean by that, coming up as a child, I was a very, in my father's word, contrary young man. I just thought I was Terrell. But I knew I needed some type of structure in my life. And I remember joining ROTC in the 9th grade, and it wasn't long before I was the command sergeant major in ROTC, and I was marching, I was going to camp, so we was running, was doing PT, that whole 9. So I like that organization, and I like that structure that we did. So after high school, it was just natural for me to join the military instead of going to college. And the rest is history.
Okay. So you've talked about your father before. A lot of people probably know who he is. But how would you describe your father and your relationship with him?
I would say my father is like a diamond. You have to keep digging so deep until you find it. But once you find that jewel, you know you got something worth value. It took me many years to understand what my father was trying to tell me. Where was he coming from? What is he talking about? And throughout the years of all his words and him telling me how to do things and why we do things, it started to click once I got older, once I got grown. And the relationship, it just grew more. So the relationship is good. And I found myself learning more from him about my family, my marriage, and everything else, because I couldn't believe that I could learn from others' mistakes. And I know that the mistakes that we make in life is for the next generation. I say that to say there's some things that he did that I won't do. There's some things that I did that you won't do. And we all progressing in life. We all progressing to do better. But I learned a lot from him, continue to learn from him. We don't talk as often as he want to, because he said I should call him every day. But we have a great relationship.
Tell me some of the things that you have in common. Now, I know the answer. I think I know the answer to this question. And I kind of have some things in common with you too. But I would like for you to tell me what you guys have in common.
We guys, like me and my father? My
Yes.
father and I? Oh. Yeah. We both the boss. No, we're not both the boss. We both have a very unique way of thinking when it comes to people. He and I both say sometimes we're misunderstood. Misunderstood in the matter of people don't really understand where we're coming from or why we do things. So we share that alike. We share our ability to influence others to do what's right. We share our ability to perfect our craft. We both like to laugh. We both like to love on our families. And most of all, we both like to see growth in our children. He always liked to see growth in his children even as they're adults. And I like to see growth in my children even as they are children, coming up to be young adults.
Okay, so I'm glad you started talking about your children, because now I'm going to start asking questions about your children.
Okay.
So, what did you think when you first learned that you were going to be a dad?
I was confused. I didn't know. I was happy, but it was that anxiety of what do I do next? Because there is no how to raise kids for dummies. So what I did, I actually thought to myself, I said, you know, what can I do to be a good parent? I do a decent job of taking care of myself, but this is a greater responsibility. So I had to have a mental shift, get out of my selfishness and get out of mode of only Terrell and think about what is it Terrell can do to provide a better life for his children? What is it Terrell can do to provide a legacy for his children? What is it Terrell can do to provide financially and spiritually for his family? So there was a lot of growing I had to do when I had children, and I thank God that he kept me to have the right mind to grow, to see you all doing the things that you're doing now.
What concerns did you have when bringing your children home?
Was the crib set up? Did they have enough Pampers? How to feed them? How to hold them? The biggest thing was actually, Daijah, when I brought you out the hospital door, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to expose her to the world. And I was fearful of that because I was like, I don't know what this world is going to do to my daughter. And I had a very warped way of thinking, which I should have known for years now. People have been raising kids. What's so special about me raising mine? It's because God gave me mine, but people still raise kids every day. So that put me in the mindset to say, okay, Terrell, this is nothing new under the sun. It's a child. The child going to grow up to be a young adult. From a young adult, they're going to be an adult. And I just had to really buckle down and say, you know, you ain't in this thing by yourself, because you have families, you have friends, you have grandmothers, you know, you have grandfathers that can help you with the things that's happening. And actually with you, Daijah, we didn't know if you was a boy or girl because we didn't find out what the sex of you were until you were born. And when I had a daughter, that was a pivotal point in my life where I was like, I have to make a decision. And that was the time I made a decision to get out the military, because I decided I wanted to see you grow up, and I wanted to keep the soccer ball with you. I wanted to, see you dance in ballet, see you play the guitar, watch you play the piano, and anything else you wanted to get into. The same thing with Ladybug.
Okay. So, this is my last question, but other than your children, what brings you everyday joy?
Ooh, that's loaded. Life itself, it sounds kind of like a cliche, Daijah, but really having the ability to create every day, having the ability to let my mind wander and establish a new thing, having and knowing that I'm creating a legacy for my family, that keep me going. Because when I wake up out the bed, my feet hit the ground or they hit the floor, I'm like, yes, I have another opportunity to do it again. And when I do that, I find myself continue to push forward every day. Because when I come home in the evening, I see Ladybug little feet. She ran to me, ran there to my daddy. Then you upstairs doing your homework, you give me a kiss and tell me how your day went. So those things just bring me joy. It's a simple thing because I'm really a simple guy. Did I say that question?
Yes, it does.
Great.
I hear your background music. Is that what helps you focus and study and all that good stuff?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yes, I always have to leave you with something. I want to tell you and Ladybug, you all are the epitome of what we call a good daughter. Not because you do everything good, not because you do everything bad, it's because you always focusing on how to improve yourself or how to make a thing better. Even when you make mistakes, you say, I'm sorry. When things don't go your way, you figure out a way to get things aligned with what you're trying to do. So I want to encourage you and tell you to keep doing that and keep pushing because Daddy is right behind you and he loves you.
All right, well, that's the end of our interview.
And for you guys, always take the time to enjoy your family. If it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, they are going to remember these memories. Take the time to capture memories because that's all you have when you leave this earth. They're going to love the money you left. They're going to love the words that you said. But your legacy can live forever. So take the time with your kids today, whether it's a daughter or a son, and love on them as hard as you can. Talk to y'all later.
So I hope you enjoyed today's daddy-daughter interview. As I said before, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you get notified when my dad posts a video. Leave a big thumbs up because I know you enjoyed it. You enjoyed me. You enjoyed my dad answering the questions that I asked. Don't forget to leave a question in the comments or just a comment about the video. But if you leave a question, I'll ask it to my dad and you can have your question answered. You'll know the answer to that question you've been thinking about all this time. And I hope my dad doesn't mind me stealing this, but he'll be okay. Until next time, talk to y'all later.